Okay, I want to talk about ways to raise your vibration. Number one, if you're making a video and you're wearing a hat and your face is kind of dark, well, what can you do? You can take off the hat or you can move it around. Okay, now I'll play with this for 5 minutes. What is it doing with my vibration? Well, nothing to my vibration, but it certainly makes it easier for you to see me. Okay, so when we talk about vibration, what does it mean and why do we want to move our vibration? This is the so-called spiritual theory law of vibration or law of attraction. Is it a true thing? I think so. The phone rang. What's that got to do with it? If I get these kind of odd things interrupting me in the middle of my videos, I usually think that's significant. It's the universe saying it's significant. So yes, and vibration. Let's give some examples of things that are vibration. Let's go with. Okay, so a meditation. I'm closing my eyes and I'm breathing. What kind of vibration does that have? It has a very high vibration. Very high, because I am in silence. I don't have any emotions churning. I'm not thinking about things. I am meditating quietly. Very high vibration. Okay, if we were to put on your favorite comedian and watch your favorite comedian do some jokes or, funny things, whatever, something that makes you laugh. That is very high vibration. What if you're laughing at someone who just got punched in the head? Is that the same vibration as watching your favorite comedian? No, no. If you've got spiteful feelings, like, that guy got what he deserved, and I'm laughing, you got what you deserved, that's not high vibration. So even though you're laughing, it's not the same vibration as if you're laughing at someone who's, made this film to make you laugh, and it's not hateful, spiteful things. It's comedic, it's funny. Okay, what are some things that are of low vibration? Revenge. Revenge. Why is revenge of low vibration? Because it's me and the person over there that I want to get revenge on. It's two. Me and the person I want to get revenge on. So it's not unifying. It's not a we. We is of much higher vibration than me and that one over there. Separation. Separation consciousness is low vibration consciousness. If you think, I'm all alone here on the planet and I got to look out for number one, which is just me, that's very low vibration. High vibration is when you're saying, I am working for the betterment of all beings, the betterment of all of us. That's a we. So when you're thinking about a we and you're inclusive of everything, that's high vibration. But if you're just thinking out for yourself, that's very ego, low vibration. What about people that say you need to love yourself more? Okay, well, number one, you need to love yourself more. Is that one person or two person? That's two people. So the person that says, you need to love yourself more, it's not really helpful. The person should say, I'm getting the feeling that you're if someone says you need to love yourself more, that's them projecting onto you. It means what they feel inside is that they are not feeling love. They're not feeling love, so they're saying to you, because they're projecting their lack of love onto you, you need to love yourself more. This person should have said, I'm not feeling love. That's honest. It's authentic. I'm not feeling love. I'm not projecting it on anybody. Just the way I'm feeling it. And then what? And then that's fine. You're being honest. What should you do about it? Well, it's not about doing anything. It's about you right now don't feel love. It's honest. And then you can sit with that. What does it mean? It's the same as meditating on it. It's sitting with that feeling. It's not saying, I don't want this feeling, go away, because that's not going to make it go away. You have to feel the feeling of, I'm not feeling love, and just be with it. Be with it. And when you be with this, and you give it sufficient time, it will change. The feeling will change. But you have to accept these are the feelings that I am feeling right now. And don't judge it. Anybody else would say, you're not feeling love, you need to love yourself more. No, that's just mind gibberish, because it doesn't help the other person. It doesn't help you. You have to be a human being who is not feeling loved. Be that person. Be that person. Keep breathing with it. If you have to stay with it for 4 hours, stay with the feeling. Sooner or later, with your intense presence, being here with the feeling, your presence, your awareness, that is what changes the feeling. Nothing else will change it. You can go and buy a bottle of rum and drink it all down. That's going to bury the feeling. It's burying it doesn't solve the issue. Taking all kinds of prescription medications for your depression, it doesn't work. How do I know? I've taken those things. They don't work. What about if you're going to smoke weed? Is that going to change it? Yes. Is it going to change the feeling? It depends. If you're meditating while you're smoking the weed and you're staying with the feeling, that's going to be good. But if you're smoking weed and then instead of being with the feeling, what else do people do when they smoke weed and they're not being with their feelings? Maybe they go lie down and they fall asleep. They fall asleep. Now what happened with the feeling? Nothing happened with it. You weren't with the feeling. You went unconscious. So that's the drawback to using these helpers. If you're drinking rum, it ain't going to help you at all. Why? because you are intoxicated. You are not feeling your feelings. You might feel a little bit of a boost and, energy and let's go party, but you're not being with the feeling. Isn't being in a party changing your feeling? No. Why is it different? It's different because you are using a substitute. I'm not going to feel these feelings. I'm going to drink my rum, and then we're going to party, and then I'm going to pass out. And tomorrow I'm going to be hungover, and I don't know when I'm going to feel this feeling again. So the feeling's gone. I won. No. The feeling, you didn't be with it, so it's still buried somewhere in your consciousness. So it doesn't work. You have to be with it one way or another. Okay, what other vibrations can we talk about? What's a middle vibration? A middle vibration some of the ideas that are coming from middle vibration are planning. I'm going to make a plan for me. Is that high vibe? No. Why? Because you're not present in the present moment. You're thinking about all the things I'm going to do in the future. You're making a contract with yourself. It's like a New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution is this, that, or the next thing. The problem with resolutions is that you are binding yourself to a contract with yourself. And what happens? Well, if you keep the contract, you basically blocked everything else out from happening other than you and your contract. And if you didn't hold to your contract, you're going to feel guilty, like I couldn't keep up with my New Year's resolution. So, anything to do with making contracts, time contracts, is not really high vibration, and I'm calling it middle vibration because it has to do with timing. Why don't you want to make these contracts with yourself? It's a very old idea. New Year's resolution, or I'm going to go on a 30-day diet. Because you're saying in this moment, I'm going to be this. And it's blocking you from experiencing the next moment and being free to react to it in that moment. Someone didn't like the idea of react. Yes. Because react refers to you having a instinctual reaction. It's not a conscious reaction, it's an instinct. What's the difference between instinct and a higher vibration? The instinct is it's not consciousness. Instinct is not consciousness. Instinct is something you were imprinted on, a pattern that you were imprinted on. So there wasn't any consciousness in your reaction. A conscious reaction is where you take something in and you don't automatically do the same thing. It's got more consciousness to it. If Every time my brother calls me on the phone, I say, "Hey, you stupid shit." That's an unconscious imprint. If every time my brother comes over I do something different, then I've got consciousness. So I'm not acting like the same stupid shit that he's always known. So in essence, if you've got a multiplicity of different reactions over time to the same stimulus, you're using consciousness. But if you got the stimulus and you always give the same response, you're not conscious. You're instinctual, and your vibration is really shitty. Why is it shitty? Because it's not conscious. Consciousness and vibration are all about, someone wants to say, more intelligence. It's more interesting. So the next thing about it is the vibration you're putting out. Is that going to result in what you're going to get from other people? This is what they always say in this law of attraction, law of vibrational, that if you raise your vibration, or that you're going to find more high vibration things coming to you. Is it true? No. No. If you are high vibration and you want to keep your high vibration, it might mean you need to isolate yourself from other humans. Because if the other humans aren't working on raising their vibration, well, they're the same people that are in your city, your town. So you raising your vibration doesn't mean they're going to. This is the biggest problem with the law of vibration, people that are selling this idea. It's you're doing something wrong because you haven't attracted more high vibration people into your life. Maybe there just aren't any. Maybe you're like vibrating very high and there's no one else who's doing the work. It's called the inner work. So if no one else is doing the inner work, who are you going to find around you? The same old people that were always there. What if I traveled around the world? Wouldn't I bump into these people? We're not really like that. We're really, I mean, some of these internet commentators, they seem to have barrels and barrels of money, to go and travel the world and see the sights. And are they meeting up with high vibrational people? They say they do. Is it true? No. I think they're lying to you. Why do I think they're lying to you? Because they're salespeople and they're trying to sell you on their program that they want you to buy. There's so many of these people that want you to buy their courses. So they're lying to you because they need the money. So everyone who's teaching these laws of attraction, law of vibrations, it doesn't mean they're high vibration. Quite often, they're just a snake oil salesman, just like everyone else. So in the end, what is the reason for raising your vibration? To become more conscious. It's for you. It's for you. It's not for outside people. I'm going to get more money. I'm going to get more attractive people in my life. No. It's so that you have evolved yourself. No one else is going to evolve you. You do the work. You see the results. I was going to say benefits, but maybe not. Maybe you don't see it as a benefit. What is the benefit of becoming more conscious? The benefit of becoming more conscious is becoming more conscious, more aware. more enlightened, more with it. What are you going to use that for? You are going to have to figure it out. The more enlightened you become, the more synchronicity and serendipity will fall into your lap. Does that mean you're going to meet high conscious people? Might mean you're going to meet some low consciousness people that the universe wants you to help. What? Yes. Once you've got this bit, you might become a teacher, which means you might be running into some people who don't know anything about what you're talking about. And the universe says, you've got it good because you're not teaching them for money. You're teaching them because you're conscious. The difference is, if you're doing it for money, you're in it for yourself. It's ego. It's ego, ego, ego. But if you're being yourself authentically, and you can give a little talk to someone when it feels proper, then you have been a we person. If you're charging money, then it's you and the person you're charging money for. It's low vibration because you're two. Some people always say, well, it's an energy exchange. They give me money and I give them information. No. The information is there in many free places. And if you're packaging it up and saying it's me presenting you with this information, pay me money, sorry, you didn't originate all of this stuff. You heard about it somewhere and you're repackaging it. So it's not original. And you're not treating the other person like they're worthy of the information. You're being a gatekeeper. Only people with money and people who are willing to spend money on me are going to get my information. It's ego. It's so much ego, dripping with ego. Other people say, well, that's what I do for a living. I teach this stuff and I need to make a living. I need money. Then you're teaching ego. You're teaching other people how to be like you. Fine, I've got the money. That's not evolving anyone's consciousness. That is lowering your vibe and teaching others to lower their vibration. What's going to happen to people like this? People who charge money for these seminars. The universe is going to give them a big on the side of the head. And another one. What the hell's happening in my life? This is the way it works. It's the school of hard knocks. If the person who's getting knocked in the head over and over again doesn't figure it out, maybe the universe is going to send someone to tell them what's going on from the universe. I'm a messenger from the universe. The reason you're having X, Y, and Z incidents is because you're being highly egoic. It's all about you, 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 you. And the universe wants you to realize you have to let go of you being a asshole, all in it for yourself. And then if you don't listen to the messenger who the universe sent to you, you're going to keep getting hits. Someone wants to know, when are we going to see some of these professional consciousness teachers who charge money for seminars? When are we going to see them getting bopped in the head for doing this? The universe is telling me anytime now. Anytime now. Because we have to move along. And if they're teaching things, the same things they were teaching 30 years ago, this is already in the public domain. If you're going to still be a teacher of consciousness, you're going to have to raise your consciousness to something higher. So, are we going to see great falls of so-called gurus? I think so. Keep watching, because they're still teaching the same shit they were teaching 30 years ago, and they're still collecting money for it. Watch for it, because these people are not going to change, because they've been highly egoic from the get-go. We're going to start hearing about great falls of so-called gurus. People you have to listen to because, they're known. And these ones that charge a lot of money for their seminars. That's all I have for you. Is it low vibration for me to tell these stories? The answer is no. The truth, even though it sounds like I'm not too pleased with it, is the truth. So if it sounds like, I'm not pleased with it. I'm not pleased with these so-called spiritual people teaching the shit that they're teaching for money. So yes, I don't feel good. So I have to be with this feeling. And when I'm being with this feeling, I picked up the smartphone and I turned it on and I gave a talk on it. So I'm expressing this feeling. I'm being creative with this feeling. Has the feeling gone away? No. What can I do about it? I can be with this feeling. It might be an hour before I start letting go of this feeling. So is it a letting go process? Am I like holding on to this feeling and then I gotta let go of it? The answer is no. It's not like me picking up a feeling I think it's about me picking up the feeling that I don't like people who charge money for teachings. I don't like money altogether. How do I let go of my issues with everything to do with money? It's interesting because this is a hard to pin down thing. Why is it that I hate everything to do with money? Some people say money is neutral. I see money.
You got heartburn yet?
Do I have heartburn yet? Sometimes when other people say things to you when you're in the middle of your feelings, it's a clue. She said, "Do you have heartburn yet?" I never had heartburn until she said it. And now I'm feeling heartburn. We had Christmas pudding for dinner. It was getting stale and it had to be eaten up. So I had Christmas pudding with ice cream, and I was fine until she said, "Do you have heartburn yet?" Like, we're going to have heartburn eating this. That is the power of someone's vibration. Someone's vibration brought me heartburn. The vibration of money brings me, someone says, anger and hostility. No, I mean, if I'm out and I find it a pain in the ass to bring money around. I mean, if you sit on your wallet when you're driving, it puts your spine out of alignment, so it makes it sore. It's a pain in the neck to always have to run to the bank to get cash. It's a pain in the neck to carry around, all the identification that you have to bring with you. It's not freedom. It's the opposite of freedom. Everything that you have to spend money on is a lack of freedom for you. So I don't like it. Someone might say, well, you should go and get a better paying job. This is the problem. The problem is, if I have to go out and do something to make a big sale, so I get a big fat commission check, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is I am doing something so I can get. I am doing something so I can get. It's all about me. But everyone looks at you and says, yes, we know, but you have to have money to live in this world that uses money. No, we don't. This is an inherited system. The people who invented money are long dead. But every generation since then has kept up with this money thing they've inherited. Just because something was used in the past doesn't mean that we have to use it today. What do we get to change in our generation here on Earth now? What do we get to change? We get to change everything. Some people don't want to change. You're in a minority. Nothing's going to change for you. If that's the case, then I am not coming back to planet Earth for another go-round. In other words, if you decide, I'm happy with money, I'm happy with looking after me, then you're going to reincarnate on another planet just like this planet. I'm fine. I mean, I've got money. No, you're going to reincarnate and you're not going to have. In other words, if you've got it now, you're going to have another kick at the can without. Why? Because it's a learning experience. If you can't figure out that money is hurting people, a lot of people on this planet, even though you've got enough for you, if you can't see that there's something wrong with it, you're stupid. A special kind of stupid. So what's going to happen is you're going to come back to another place, just like Earth is today, and you're going to be dirt poor. And you're going to experience what it's like not to have money in a money system. How do we know? Because it's karma. Karma is interesting, because if you don't get the lesson that is really, really obvious, then karma is going to put you in another situation with a different atmosphere, so you get the lesson. It's the school of hard knocks. In other words, if you look around, you see people are having hard knocks because money is really difficult. Rents are high and wages are low. If you can't see there's something wrong with that for all these other people, and that you should be calling for change, then the next go round you're going to be one of the poor people. Well, I don't know what you want to call it. I was going to say soul, but if maybe it's not a good word. It's your consciousness is what has to learn. And if it doesn't get these lessons right this time, you're going to have to repeat. You're going to flunk this lifetime, and you're going to have another lifetime do-over. I'll take my chances. Maybe I'll be lucky next time and I'll be rich again, or, well off. No, because the universe is what's running this classroom, and the universe is telling me to tell you, don't believe that. Don't believe you're going to have it easy next time. Well, I'll be reborn again. I won't remember this lifetime. The universe is going to say, if you're getting the message right now, it means it's time for you to wise up. I've got heartburn again. Do you have heartburn again? Tune in to my next video, and maybe I'll talk about methods of getting rid of heartburn.